Tuesday, and this is Nativerezmedia, your place for opinionated tech news, reviews, and entertainment. And today I'll be bringing you a head-to-head comparison of 3 budget to mid-range headphones. We have the 1More SonoFlows, we have the Soundcore Life Q35s, and we have the Earfun Wave Pros over here to my left. Basically, I'm just going to be going over the ergonomics of each of the headphones, look and feel, things like that. I'll be going over the specs and the features, and I'll be going over the sound and my opinion of which one of these in 2023 you should spend your hard-earned money on. They are all around the same price. I believe the Soundcore Q35s can be found on Amazon today for $80, so $79.99. These are $79.99, I think MSRP, but right now you can get them with a 15% off coupon on Amazon, so you might save $5 to $10 there on these two. Now, is that worth saving that little bit of money for the headphones? You'll find out later on in this video. So let's just jump right into it. First, we're gonna start off by going over what comes in each of these boxes, which is the cases here. So you got the boxes, the cases come inside these boxes. Obviously, the box for the Soundcore Life Q35s, basically, I think it's the best. It's a sturdy box, a little bit thicker, which that doesn't mean anything. We all know that, but it basically has, I guess, I don't know, it's a little bit more premium, let's just put it like that, for what you're paying for. And you pay, remember the MSRP on these was $130, so of course it should be a little bit more premium. You're paying a little bit more for the box, but these have simple boxes, not too bad. I'm gonna show the 1Mores here, the SonoFlows, and then the Earfuns. These two are pretty much similar, if not the same, and spoiler alert, we're going to be going over a little bit of that later, because if you know anything about laptops, there's OEM manufacturers who might make a case or a chassis, and then different people, different companies might go to them and have them build out their laptop with their specs and internals and things. And I'm guessing that's what these two companies might have done, because there's a lot of similarities between the 1Mores and the Earfuns, not the Soundcore. So these probably were designed from the ground up by Soundcore. Keep that in mind. You got the cases. All three come with some nice hard, soft cases. Soft, hard, whatever you want to say. They're hard, but they're soft. These have a different type of fabric on them. But open them up, you got your earphones on the inside there. These are the 1Mores, they're nestled in there. And on the side here you have your 3.5mm headphone jack and your USB-C charging cable. Those for the Soundcores, I kind of forgot, I've had these for a long time. This is my OG pair. I haven't had to get a new one. I did sit on these in my car, and I think I kind of cracked the headphones up a little bit, but not bad enough to where I can't wear them. You can't even tell with them on, but I cracked them on the inside here when I sat on them. They were in the driver's side seat, but they still work, still bendable, still chugging along there. But these came with, of course, a 3.5mm headphone jack originally, and a USB charging cable as well. That's about all I remember. I have other accessories in this thing, but I don't believe all this came with these. I'll go back and post what they actually came with later on. These came with the same things. These are the Earfuns here. They came with the same stuff on the inside of the case as the 1Mores. So you got your earphones, and look, of course, up in the corner here you have your 3.5mm headphone jack and your USB-C cable. And I'm going to take all these headphones out of their packages. So I'm going to start over here with the 1Mores. I decided to go with the silver pair. They come in a couple different colors here. You got the red on the inside of the ear cup. I think silver, blue, black. Just switched it up a little bit so you can see the difference. I have the blue ones from the Soundcore, silver from here, and the kind of blackish gray on the Earfuns there. But basically, these are very comfortable. They have I want to say a soft memory foam up top. You got your memory foam on the ear cups. These are very, very soft. They're very comfortable when you're placing them on your head. They create a pretty good seal, so you have some decent passive noise cancellation. You have some leather on the ear cups here. They are mostly plastic with a little bit of metal on the inside of the headband here, and maybe it's some up under here, but I can't tell. That might be plastic as well. But you know, of course, this is wrapped in that faux leather up top as well. And most of this, yeah, like I said, all this, the case is plastic. This is not some sort of soft touch. It is a matte silver finish on here. Sound cores, I've talked about these in the past. These are decently comfortable. These don't have as much squeeze on your head as the other two, but the memory foam padding, it's decent. If it had like a slight bit more squeeze, you can probably isolate a little bit more of that outside noise. Other than that, you know, they get the job done. You have metal on the headband here, and under you have some memory foam. You have memory foam on the ear cups. You do have, just like on the other three pair, your left and right kind of printed on the inside of the ear cups. These are, the plastic on here is like a soft touch type of plastic, and all this is plastic. The only thing that is metal is this headband as well. Now, moving over to these, basically, I don't have to repeat myself. They're the same as the 1More SonoFlows here. Everything is basically the same, I believe. I haven't even peeled off the plastic on these. Your memory foam on the top, memory foam on the ear cups. Even the branding is, well, the branding on these are on the headphone area, on the strap there, or I say strap there, but it's on the actual headphone top here, the headband. I can't even get words out. And on these, it's on the actual ear cup on the plastic. But if you look at them, they're basically almost, I would say, the same headphones with slight variances here and there. These have branding on the top of the headband. These don't, but they are still wrapped in that faux leather as well. Yeah, just, you know, subtle differences here and there to distinguish each prospective brand, and that's basically it. So let me go into the features of each of these headphones real quick, starting with the 1More. So I'm gonna go first over the buttons and button placements. So looking at the right ear cup, that is where you will find most, if not all, of your buttons and things like that. On the left ear cup, that's just your charger, and I believe like a small little LED to show that you're charging, your charging status there. So at the top, you got your noise cancellation button, so it can switch from noise cancellation normal to your passive mode. These do have pass through. You got just below that a little LED, probably to show that noise cancellation is on, and then below that you got your plus and your minus there. Or is that a mic? I don't know. No, I think that's LED. But yeah, you got your plus and your minus for your volume up, volume down, skipping forward and back on your tracks, things like that. Then you move to the bottom, that's where you have some mics, and you got your 3.5mm headphone jack, and then wrapping around to the front, I would say, of these, this is the front, that is where your power button is. Keep that in mind, because it kind of throws me off. I'm like, the power button's on the front on those, on these, the power button's on the bottom on the left ear. It's I mean, you got to get used to all that. But yeah, all your buttons are on one cup on the 1More SonoFlows. On the Soundcore Life Q35s, you got your buttons kind of spread out a little bit more. So on the left ear cup, that is where your noise cancellation, passive, and your normal mode button is on the kind of back side up top. Then swinging around down below, that is where your power button, your power status indicator, and your charging is under the bottom on that one. If you go over to the right ear cup, that is where you have your volume up, volume down, and your play and pause, and your 3.5mm headphone jack located. I like this one because yes, there is some kind of tactile difference between the power, the volume up and the volume down. The volume down has like a raised bump on it to let you know. So if you're feeling that you can tell, oh, yeah, that's my volume down. These don't really have that. They're all kind of just the same. So that's what the Soundcore Life Q35s has as the button placement. We're going to go over to the Earfuns here. So the Earfuns, oh wow, they got the same kind of button placement as the 1More SonoFlows. Go figure. It's similar. It's not the same. It's not the same. They did switch things up a little bit. So, but it's all on the right ear cup. On these, you got your power at the top on the right ear cup and the back. Remember, it's on the front of these. Then just below that, you got your volume up, volume down. It is on a single rocker there. It's not separated like the 1More SonoFlows and the Soundcore Life Q35s. And then you got your noise cancellation button just below the volume rocker. And then you got your 3.5mm headphone jack and your status LED below that. On your left ear cup, it is just your your USB-C charging port. That is it. So still all your buttons and ports are on the right ear cup on the Earfuns. And that's basically it. You got some other holes and thingamabobs around the ear cups for the noise cancellation, the mics and things that they have located on these, but that's basically it. And I'm assuming a little bit of breathing vent holes so the dynamic drivers can pump a little bit. And I believe all these have 40mm drivers in them. So basically all the same. And then on the battery life on all three of these, you're going to be getting, I would say, close to the same thing. Some have a little bit more, some have a little bit less. These, which are the 1More SonoFlows, it's listed as having a 70-hour battery life. The Earfuns listed on the box, 80 hours. And the Soundcore Life Q35s, what do you got? 40-hour playtime, which that's basically for these. Seem like they are the most honest because there's 40-hour playtime, but that's with noise cancellation, I believe. If you turn it off, you might get, I think it's 60, if I'm not mistaken. So you get more playtime when you turn off noise cancellation. These two listed with noise cancellation off, these listed with noise cancellation on. So it kind of changes, and you go over the manuals and it kind of explains that to you. I have no problems with either one of these as far as the battery life, things like that. Charge them once a week and you're good to go. It'll last you throughout the whole week without any issues on either one of these. So battery life on all three is pretty good. All right, and what you've all came here for, basically, which ones would I pick and which ones sound better? Ultimately, all three, again, they all have app support. They all have pass-through. They all have active noise cancellation. They all have high-res, LDAC, things like that. Or is what they say on the box. I think these don't say they have LDAC on the box. This is the 1Mores, but they do. These have LDAC. These have LDAC. All three have your LDAC audio, high-res, things like that. But ultimately, sound still goes to the Life Q35s. And again, I'm not a paid shield for Soundcore. The Q45s, I wouldn't pick them over the Q35s any day. I paid for all these with my own money. None of these were sent out to me. So I'm going to be honest with you. I've listened to all three of these for hours on end, trying to compare the sound and trying to see which ones sound better with the apps and the EQ. And that's what I'll kind of touch on a little bit. The EQ on the Q35s, it does a great job. When you are EQing any sounds or using the standard EQs that come with it, it actually changes the sound for the better. If you have a flat EQ profile and you go up in the mids, you're going to hear the mids go up, and it's not going to duck the other audio. What that means is there's no like hard cap on the volume going up. It actually increases the audio on the mids instead of taking all the other audio around it, like the lows and the highs, down. So you can hear it, and that's what a EQ does. You can see plus or minus on the decibels for that Q set, what set you're EQing. So that range from, let's say 1,000 to 1,500 hertz there. You can see and hear it going up in that range. With the 1Mores, it does a decent job as well. It actually keeps the volume going up, but with something I've heard about, heard when I was listening to the Earfuns. When you touch the EQs, when you play around with the EQs, it ducks the audio. The volume on these are lower than both of these. These get the loudest. The Live Q35s, the 1More SonoFlows second. These are the lowest on the audio. When you play around with the EQ, it ducks the other audio around it. So I don't know if they can update that with the firmware, but basically it's like a hard cap on how loud they get. And if you start playing with the EQ and raising things up, all the volume kind of goes down a little bit with the headphones to, I guess, make up for that. So I don't know. Does the EQ work on these? Yeah, a little bit, but I don't like headphones when I adjust the EQ. It ducks the audio on the other side. You can hear it. It's something that I picked up right away once I started listening to these. I turned up my headphones, or not my headphones, turned up my phone volume and try to go into there and play around to see if I can get them louder and get them EQ'd. I guess on par with these, and I wasn't able to because of the way these EQ. Do they sound bad? No. If you purchase these, I mean, the Earfuns, they don't sound bad, and I like Earfun. I had some little earbuds. I think I reviewed them in the past. They sound great. I EQ'd them with some other app. They didn't have an app back then, but they sounded great. But the Earfun Wave Pros here, they need to kind of mess around with the, I don't know if it's the driver or if it's just the software to get these to EQ a little bit better. Ultimately, they sound, they're okay. They're a little bit more bland, a little bit more muddy than these and the 1Mores. Now, we're gonna set those to the side. We're gonna bring these two to the forefront since these are competing head to head now. These cost more. Again, MSRP $130, MSRP $80 right now. You can get these for $80. You can get these for, I think, $75 if I'm not mistaken. So you're going to save a few bucks, both plus taxes. As far as sound and being comfortable, I would say both of them are nice and comfortable. Q35s still sound overall better. They still get louder, still have a little bit more bass. EQing these, still a little bit better. These still have more features than these two. You still have your touch to enable pass-through. You still have your on-ear detection, albeit iffy sometimes. You still have it. It's still there. Ultimately, the Q35s are still going to be top dog. Basically, today in 2024, I've listened to a lot of headphones, and I'm talking bang for your buck. I'm talking about money to sound ratio. Q35s haven't really been beat. I've listened to a lot of headphones, Sony's, Bose, things like that at Best Buy. I'm not going to purchase, pay $300 for the Sony's. I'll listen to them all, with their EQ settings and play around with them on my phone at the, these places. But it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I can compare them. But ultimately, I'm not going to pay 3 or 4 times as much for the same sound that I can get out of these. 1More, they did pretty good. These are a good set of headphones, nice case, nice and compact, basically the same as the Earfuns there, but Q35 still today, as far as pure sound and features, have everything that I've listened to, I would say, beat up until today. When they came out with the Space Q35s, then I've got them, did my review on them. I don't know, again, what Soundcore is doing. It's just like what everything else is doing when it comes to food. When you go to buy a Big Mac or a Snicker, when you get them now, it's smaller. They're giving you less for the same price or more. If inflation has something to do with it, or if just making money and greed has something to do with it, who knows? But that's what Soundcore did, but I think they're still manufacturing the Q35s. That's what I don't get. How you can manufacture, or how you can still be selling the Q35s less than a pair of headphones that you put out afterwards that don't sound better, or they're not really competing. Again, noise cancellation might be slightly better on the Space 45s, but overall, these still sound much better than any of those headphones. So if you are a pure sound and somewhat comfort purist, go with the Q35s. If you have any suggestions for me on what I should review or what I should compare these to, go for it. I'll try to pick up a pair. I'll listen to them and I'll give you my overall opinion. But as far as today, nothing is competing with the Soundcore Life Q35s that I have heard. And when I say competing, I say price to sound. 1More, yeah, these are, they're right behind it. So I take it back. These are, I guess I would say, competing with them, but they still don't sound better. These still are the Mike Tysons, and these are the Jake Pauls. Jake Pauls. So yeah. These still are the heavy hitters here. But ultimately, if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything like that, please do it down below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.